Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Performance in Motion with your host, Dr. Deniz.
Happy New Year, everyone. This is the second and probably last time I'm going to say that this year for 2018. I hope everyone's doing well and achieving their New Year's resolutions. I am joined today by Mr. Felix Taverna. This gentleman is a 20-plus year veteran of the airwaves, and he has a unique set of skills that we'd like to talk about today, which I'm very interested in. First is that he covers horse racing from coast to coast, and he's interviewed every major trainer, jockey, and racing official within the industry. Secondly, he has another show which covers college and pro football, basketball, and everything sports. How are you today, Felix?
I'm doing good, Dr. Dennis. Nice to be here.
Thank you so much for coming by, and you're a very interesting gentleman, and let's get right to it. How did you get involved in radio?
Well, it was actually finding myself in a very peculiar way. I was working for the San Diego Clippers back in 1983 when the director of marketing, the vice president of marketing, also did the replay shows for Del Mar, which would show the races that were running in the afternoon. They would be on at nighttime on the Prime Ticket network. And he needed somebody to interview some jockeys, and basically he asked me if I wanted to do that. He lost the account about a year later and advised me that he was starting a radio show and if I would be interested in doing some radio. And I said, sure, I never have done radio before. And at that point, he was selected to do some soccer work for the World Cup. And so he wasn't able to do the radio, and we already had the radio show sort of assigned and delegated. And so then I was just thrown to the wolves and began hosting my own radio show up at an old tiny radio station up in North County, which is still on the air now. It's all Catholic radio right now, but it was the former KCEO 1000 AM.
Nice. Wow, that's some type of resume, huh, folks? There's a lot more coming here. Just want to plug your two shows before we get started, because there's a lot of information we're going to cover today. So you have two shows on Saturday and Sunday. The first is Track Talk, which is everything horse racing. Is that correct?
That is true. And what we did was for years we were doing race and sports radio. And we decided to split them up and have an independent show for the horse racing industry, which we cover horse racing from all regions. We'll go back to New York, down into Florida, over into Kentucky, back to California. So it's a widespread, in-depth coverage of the sport of kings.
Nice. And then secondly, the second segment of your show, or second hour, from 9 to 10 a.m. is called The Bottom Line, which is everything sports talk, correct?
Without question, it is all sports talk, and it's about the gaming and the gambling side of it, point spreads, totals, different line movements, what have you. And we talk about those, and now we're into the playoffs in the NFL. And so we had a great show on Saturday and Sunday talking about the wild card weekend, getting ready for this weekend's battle between these four games to see who will play for their conference championship and the right to play in Minnesota for the Super Bowl on February 3rd.
Absolutely. And, a lot of controversy this year in the NFL.
Without a doubt, it has not been a good marketing campaign for the NFL for a number of reasons, and we'll talk about those. But I think that it got off on the wrong foot when Colin Kaepernick started, to revolt and started to kneel during the national anthem. It became a widespread fire, so to speak, and it would just sort of filter down throughout the other 31 teams. And then our President Trump, who ignited the incredible flame of getting everybody turned upside down. It was sort of dying out and moving away from kneeling, and then it opened up another can of worms, and therefore it became very disastrous, not only for the individual teams, but for the NFL.
Absolutely. I guess on a positive note, though, we just had, what was that, Alabama at the college level?
Alabama and Georgia played Monday night for the college championship. Both SEC teams, both well-coached teams, and what a game. Actually, the championship series that had Clemson, Oklahoma, Alabama, as well as Georgia. The Rose Bowl game was just incredible, a 2-overtime thriller between Georgia and Oklahoma, where Georgia advanced. And then on Monday night, we had the first overtime championship game. It's been ironic that this year, our Super Bowl between New England and Atlanta in early 2017 went into overtime, the first Super Bowl game ever to go into overtime.
Right.
The Rose Bowl was the first Rose Bowl that ever went to overtime. And, of course, our national championship in our 5th year of having the teams rated and ranked and having a playoff series went into an overtime.
Well, it's hard to definitely come up with one reason why. But on my end, as being the sports performance specialist, I just see players excelling not only in strength, stamina, and their ability to play at a high level. And it seems like there is a psychological component where a lot of these teams are actually hiring many sports psychologists to help the players.
Well, it's widespread because these athletes now are quicker, stronger, faster. They're more muscular than they ever have been. And it's just a different type of frame that we are viewing. If you watched Alabama's defensive line, it averaged maybe 280 to 320 pounds. Those are some big young men up front.
Absolutely. And you made a great point where they're not only big and muscular and strong, but they're agile.
Very fast, very quick, and the athlete today is a kangaroo. Has to be very, very quick and be somewhat evasive from the opposition. And they're put through a lot of conditioning drills where they start early in the summer to get ready for the season. And now we are into the second week of January where it concludes. So there's a lot of conditioning that goes into a football player's career at a college level, and we're seeing them as a well-oiled, well-tuned machine, so to speak.
Absolutely. I mean, a long, long time ago, before a lot of these young guys, I was a pro athlete, and so I got to experience everything that you're speaking about and also what I teach out there, and it's an ongoing process. The way we trained 20 years ago is not how they're training now.
No, they're training a whole lot different. There's a lot of metrics that go into the training. There is a lot of discipline that goes into the training. There's a training table where these athletes are fed completely different than years ago. They're being highly conditioned and highly monitored on all levels. And so we have seen in baseball where analytics has played a big role, where they go back into situations that might have been pre-designed. Well, these athletes today on the college level, let alone not even talking about the pro level, but right, on the college level, they are conditioned completely different, unlike any time before.
Absolutely, totally agree with you. Now, with that, and I'd like to get into that in the next segment, but just to touch on it right now, unfortunately, with all those positives, the incidence of injury has increased across the board in every sport.
Without a doubt, it has. More so in football, I think. We're seeing a lot of injuries in basketball with MCL and ACL tears. We're seeing a lot of concussion syndromes that are plaguing college as well as professional football, right, with the CTE disease. And it only makes sense where that if we talk about the brain and talk about the impact and the velocity of one player hitting another player at full speed, there's a lot of damage that can result, and I think that we are seeing it today.
Well, I picture football as, hockey without the ice skates, and hockey's just a bit faster, but I see tremendous parallels there. And that CTE, all these brain injuries are occurring in hockey, and they're actually second behind football.
Yeah, without a doubt. When you look at hockey, with them being on the skates as well as football, with the high speeds and the strength and the power of these athletes, I think that you're seeing hockey players now that are 6'3", 6'4", 250 pounds. 20 years ago, I didn't think we've seen that type of hockey athlete with that type of frame or with that type of physique.
Absolutely. And as we finish the segment, wow, it really flew. I'm really looking forward to getting into a little more detail about what's out there and basically how we can prevent that. And I just want to say so far, Felix, this is tremendous. I feel honored to be sharing the time with you as you are the pro in this area, and I'm still learning. I'm the grasshopper.
Well, it's a great medium to be able to get your message out on whatever level that you feel that is necessary. And radio has always been a medium to inform and to educate. And I think that's what we're doing here. We're trying to educate on a number of different fronts. I come from a different angle than perhaps you do, but does that mean mine is any different than yours? No, it does not.
Okay, well, this is Dr. Deniz with WSRadio.com, the worldwide leader in Internet talk.
Life is full of misadventures, from car crashes to home fires to getting choked out on the mat. Yes, I said getting choked out because I'm Carlos Kramer, jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA and media personality, and mild-mannered insurance agent. You can follow my adventures on Kick-Ass Radio, and I can protect you from life's misadventures at Kramer Insurance. Home, auto, life, business, and workers' comp. We're at KramerINS.com, and I want you to join my world.
So let's touch on that, definitely.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, CEO and founder of VinVillage.com and the Wine and Dine Show on Vin Village Radio. Do you have a wine, event, product, or service to promote? Then contact VinVillage.com to reach thousands of wine lovers across the country. Vin Village connects like-minded wine enthusiasts with unique and exclusive wines, events, products, and services. To learn more, contact us on VinVillage.com. Vin Village is where wine lovers connect.
I raised $8,000 to build schools for South African children.
After realizing how many people go hungry in San Diego, I now volunteer at a food pantry.
I'm spending the next year doing volunteer projects across 3 countries and helping in ways they designate to be the most helpful.
The World Link program at the Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice recognizes the potential of youth as agents of social change. Learn how you can help youth become a generation of leaders in action at peace.sandiego.edu.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit mozguitars.com or their Facebook page. MOZEguitars.com, 619-698-1185.